Hey there, I'm Adam Peterson, and I just wanted to quickly demo an app I've been developing. It was originally a Kotlin app that I wrote, and that was to help me get a better understanding of Kotlin, but I've since refactored it to work or work as an Android app. And so um, we took a lot more refactoring um, of the actual code, so it looks very different now. What I used in the development was Compose, and so that one's an alternative to XML, and it uses composable elements. And so, like for example, let's just hop straight into the actual look of it. So this composable is the dashboard, and the way it works is that you have like a column is how you make the elements appear in a column, and then also a grid for the buttons here, so that they end up evenly spaced apart and they're locked to that grid, which is really nice. And so you actually determine how the UI looks through the code, which I think is pretty neat. And you don't have to use any like layouts to get it to look specifically how you want it to. You don't have to do anything like that, which I think is pretty nice. Um, and then for the buttons, you have the items here. Um, you have the text in there, and then you also have a nav controller bit of logic over here. So this, what it does is it utilizes the nav controller to navigate to screens using these routes. And so this is the name of the route here. You'll notice up here is where the app navigation is actually handled. Um, and let's say for view recipes, there's the name of that route there, and then it runs this logic right here. So this is just a composable function with the nav controller as an argument. And so when you actually click on it, it will run the recipes function. And so that composable is right here. It locates the recipe folder and shows it, displays it right here. And then there's also some, like all of this. This is specifically for screens because Androids come in a lot of different form factors. And so I wanted to also try and use other devices while running it, other than like a Pixel 8a, because that's how I'm emulating it right now. Um, and I wanted like widescreens to be able to display it more effectively, like with some rows, um, or even like a shorter phone or a or one of those folds to be able to display it more effectively. And so all this handles different screen sizes and changes the view based on how big it is. And so very clean and efficient too. I didn't have to specify like screen widths. It just says if is wide, like it checks through some built-in functions. Sorry, why did I highlight that? It checks through some built-in functions to see how, like, if it fits a certain criteria based on screen size. So it's really efficient and cool, and I like that they make it simpler for the developer there. Um, but anyways, if you click on one of these, it takes you to the recipe detail view. And so what this does is this all displays the information right here in order of title, author, cook time, ingredients, and instructions. And so as you can see, my salad recipe here takes 5 minutes. It's got lettuce, spinach, arugula, ham, cheddar cheese, ham dressing, or ranch dressing, and then you add the vegetables and ham to a bowl and mix them, and then you drizzle ranch on top and enjoy it. So simple. It's you can see that layout there. Let's go back. I also wrote a back button up here, real simple, just so that you're able to do that all the time, even if this I know that there's like a built-in, hang on, yeah, like a little built-in one, but sometimes it might not work for one reason or another. So that's a good way to have some redundancy. Um, okay, and then right here, let's go down a little bit. When you click on the add recipe screen, it takes you immediately to the recipe form. And so that's down here. You put items or you put information in the order of title, author name, cook time, ingredients, and instructions, just like the view. And so let's say air. I like air. Pretty simple recipe too. So just for the sake of this, I'll make this one air. Adam Peterson is I wouldn't say I'm the author of Air, but I mean I am the author of the recipe. So cook time doesn't take any time, like any one, yeah, no, no time. Air, oxygen. Okay, and then you also have to push add for that. Instructions. Let's say uh, breathe in and then breathe out and enjoy. Oh, oops. Um, and then I also included this little delete button on the side real conveniently, so if you accidentally mistype something when you add it, or you decided that's not like a very good instruction step or something, you can just real quickly, oop, maybe I don't want to put that. I guess enjoy might not be the right word. Maybe we want to say live instead. Because that's kind of what breathing does for you. It lets you live. So let's save that. Let's go to view recipes. Let's see if it showed up. And you'll notice I already had an air recipe in here. So what it'll do is it'll increment a number next to it based on if it already exists or not. So that way, if that happens, you still have your original. It won't overwrite it, because I did have that issue in the previous program that I wrote. So let's say, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I have an extra recipe here. Well, it takes you to the delete recipe screen, puts a simple little icon right here for the deletion. You tap it and it's done. It's gone. Deletes the whole thing. So let's say, okay, but there were some important things in that recipe that I wanted to have in there, and they were in the original, but not in the current. So let's go to edit recipe. Get a little edit icon there, and it takes you, oh, sorry, yeah. First it checks the folders just like everything else, displays them as a little icon there, and then it will take you to the recipe form screen that we were at earlier with the view recipes. Or no, not view recipes, but the add recipes. Yeah, here it is. There we go. So it's got the same thing, title, name. It just reloads it all like that, and it includes the deletes still. Let's say it's not entirely just oxygen we breathe, so other gases in tiny amounts. Because I don't actually know what else it is. I think there's like maybe a tiny bit of nitrogen or something. I can't remember. And like tiny other ones. So it adds that, and you can save it. And when you go to check on it, it should be it should be right. That's the wrong one. Right there. Yep. So it saves it just the same, because it uses the same logic. It's the same recipe form as when you add it, so it should save it all. So that's the whole app. Pretty simple. It was really interesting to learn Compose for this, but I do really like it and how simple it is. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.